A trip to Pokeyland. Once upon a time, in a bright little house was a big, rambling garden. Lived a curious girl named Lily. Lily wasn't just any girl. She had a very special friend. A tiny, fluffy squirrel with a very bushy tail and an even bigger personality named Squeaky. Lily and Squeaky were the best of friends. They did everything together, from building amazing forts out of blankets and having secret tea parties with acorn cups, to exploring their garden, which was their kingdom. One sunny afternoon, while playing hide and seek, Squeaky noticed something strange behind the old oak tree. A shimmering, swirling patch of air that glimmered with all the colors of the rainbow and hummed with a soft, gentle buzz. "Squeaky, what is that?" Lily whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Squeaky chittered excitedly and scurried closer, looking back at Lily as if to say, "Well, are you coming or not?" Lily, never one to turn down an adventure, took a deep breath and reached out her hand. As her fingers touched the shimmering air, she felt a funny, tickly sensation. Giggling, she bravely stepped right through, with Squeaky clinging tightly to her shoulder. Whoosh! They tumbled out onto soft, springy ground that felt like a giant marshmallow. Lily sat up and looked around, her jaw dropping in amazement. They had landed in a world that looked like it was painted by a rainbow, with lollipop-shaped trees and rivers of sparkling lemonade. Just then, a little creature with big, sad eyes and droopy antennae shuffled towards them. He was a small, round fellow in a dull gray jumpsuit. Everything about him seemed gray. "Hello," said Lily kindly. "I'm Lily, and this is Squeaky. We seem to be a little lost. Can you tell us where we are?" The little creature sighed, a big, long, sad sound. "You're in Pokeyland," he mumbled. "Or what's left of it." "What's left of it?" Lily asked, confused. "It looks beautiful." "It used to be," the creature said, his voice wobbling. "It used to be full of color and laughter. We're the Pokey folk, and we used to be the happiest folk you'd ever meet. But now, look!" He gestured around, and Lily noticed for the first time that while the landscape was colorful, the little Pokey folk walking around were all shades of gray. Their shoulders slumped, and not a single one was smiling. "What happened?" Lily asked gently. The Pokey folk, whose name was Pip, explained. "It's our leader, Griselda. She's grumpy. She said we were all being too silly, so she made a new rule. The most terrible rule of all. She banned the hokey pokey." Lily blinked. "The hokey pokey? You mean the dance?" Pip nodded sadly. "The very same. The hokey pokey wasn't just a dance to us. It was how we made magic. It's what kept our world bright and colorful. When we stopped dancing, the colors started to fade. First from us, and now from our world." Lily had a bold, brave idea. "Well," she said, standing up, "I think that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. The hokey pokey is all about having fun and being silly together. Maybe we just need to remind Griselda of that." Pip's eyes widened. "You mean you're not scared of her?" "A little," Lily admitted, "but I'm more sad about all of you." "Will you help me?" Pip looked at his gray hands and then back at Lily's determined face. A tiny spark of hope flickered in his eyes. He nodded slowly. "Okay, I'll help you." Pip led Lily and Squeaky through the muted town, towards a tall, gray, frowning castle. As they walked, Other Pokey folk whispered and pointed, curious about the brightly colored girl and her squirrel friend. Lily smiled at them warmly. Hi, nice to meet you. Some of them even gave a tiny, shy smile back. They finally reached the castle gates, which were guarded by two very bored-looking Pokey folk. After Pip whispered to them, the gates creaked open. Inside, on a large, uncomfortable-looking throne, sat Griselda. She was the grumpiest-looking person Lily had ever seen, her face scrunched up like a prune. "What is it?" she snapped, her voice like scraping rocks. "Who is this colorful person?" Remembering her mom's advice to kill them with kindness, Lily gave Griselda her biggest, sunniest smile. "Hello, I'm Lily. It's very nice to meet you. I hear you're the leader here." Griselda just grunted. "Well," Lily continued, "I heard that you're all feeling a bit gray, and I think I know why. You've forgotten how to have fun. You've forgotten the hokey pokey." Griselda scoffed. "The hokey pokey? Ridiculous! All that disorganized wiggling. No structure, no purpose. It's just silly. That's the whole point," Lily exclaimed. "It's supposed to be silly. It's about letting go and being happy. Look!" Without another word, she began to sing. "You put your right hand in. You put your right hand out. You put your right hand in. And you shake it all about." She did the actions, grinning, as Squeaky tried to copy her. Pip started to tap his foot, and other Pokey folk peeked out from behind pillars. "You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around," Lily sang, spinning in a circle. "That's what it's all about. Come on, try it with me. There's no wrong way to do it." Hesitantly, Pip put his right hand in, then out, then shook it. A tiny patch of blue appeared on his gray hand. He gasped. Seeing this, another Pokey folk tried it, and a streak of sunny yellow appeared on her leg. Griselda, her arms crossed, commanded, "Stop this nonsense at once." But no one was listening. They were too busy watching Lily. "You put your left hand in. You put your left hand out," Lily sang, her voice full of joy. More and more clumsy, out of sync Pokey folk joined in, and it was the most wonderful thing Lily had ever seen. With every shake and turn, color exploded back into the Pokey folk. Gray jumpsuits burst into brilliant shades of pink, green, and orange. Droopy antennae perked up, and sad faces broke into wide, happy smiles. The throne room itself began to change, the gray walls softening into warm gold. Soon, the whole room was a whirlwind of dancing, laughing, colorful Pokey folk, putting their whole selves in and out. The air buzzed with pure, unfiltered joy. Lily glanced at the throne. Griselda was still sitting there, but her arms were no longer crossed. Her frown was a little less frowny, and she was tapping one of her gray feet to the rhythm of the song. Lily smiled, danced her way over to the throne, and held out her hand. Griselda looked at Lily's hand, then at the happy, dancing Pokey folk, and back at Lily's smiling face. After a long moment, she took Lily's hand. Lily gently pulled her to her feet. "Come on," she said softly. "You put your whole self in." Griselda, looking a bit shy, put her foot forward and wiggled it. A tiny splash of purple appeared on the toe of her gray shoe. A small smile touched her lips. She tried the next move, and more color appeared. a soft lavender spreading up her arm. She looked at Lily, her eyes wide with wonder. She had forgotten what it felt like to have fun. Soon, Griselda was in the middle of the dance floor, turning herself around with the rest of her people. The last of the gray melted away, revealing a magnificent, sparkly dress the color of a sunset. Pokeyland was back. After the song ended, Griselda, now beaming, gave Lily a huge hug. "Thank you, Lily. You reminded us of the most important thing. It's not about being perfect. It's about being together. And that's what it's all about." As the sun began to set in Pokeyland, Lily knew it was time to go home. "I have to go now," she said, hugging Pip goodbye. "But I'll never forget you." "We'll never forget you either," said Pip, now a brilliant, cheerful green. "You saved us." Lily, with Squeaky, waved goodbye to all her new friends. Griselda herself showed them back to the shimmering portal. "Come back and visit anytime," Griselda said with a wink. "We can have a hokey pokey party," Lily grinned. "We'd love that." She stepped through the portal and, with another whoosh, found herself back in her own garden as the sun was setting. It was as if no time had passed at all. Squeaky chittered on her shoulder, and Lily patted his head. "We did it, Squeaky," she whispered. "We brought the color back." She looked around her own familiar, wonderful garden. She realized that the magic of Pokeyland wasn't so different from the magic of her own world. It was a magic of friendship, of laughter, and of not being afraid to be a little bit silly. And that was a magic you could find anywhere, as long as you were willing to put your whole self in. Wow! What an adventure for Lily and Squeaky! They learned that sometimes the best way to solve a problem is with a little bit of silliness and a whole lot of fun, and that working together is what it's all about. I hope you loved their story. If you had fun, don't forget to hit that like button. What's your favorite silly dance? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.